Well, this is true. Folks are making millions of dollars on Macys Marketplace because everybody's thinking about Amazon. People are thinking about Shopify or eBay or Walmart. But Macys is a great place to make money as well. So in today's conversation, I want to talk to you about how to sell on Macys Marketplace. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great and blessed as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about how to sell on Macys Marketplace. The first thing you need to do is the overview. I would just want to give you an overview. So if you want to establish a relationship with Macy, you need to become familiar with a program called the Vendor Direct Program. This is the Macys Vendor Direct Program, and this program has several benefits. The ability to offer your full assortment while keeping control over it. With one contract, you can set up multiple brands at no additional cost. You can leverage Macys.com to test new brands and assortments, and Macys pays for all shipping both to and from customers. So you have free shipping for vendors. This is just fantastic, okay? And there are some vendor opportunities that are currently available right now in the women's department. So moderate sportswear, outerwear, active, swim, juniors, accessories, sleepwear, daywear, intimate, casual, career, and dresses. In the men's department, so you have a neckwear, knit and woven sportswear, young men's outerwear, furnishing, contemporary, accessories, and suits. Children's, all areas, accessories, all areas. For cosmetics, they're looking for sellers who have a fragrance, bath and body products, color and treatment lines. For home, decorative home, textiles, small electrics and housewares, furniture opportunities are very limited. Food and candy, you have gourmet chocolates, food gift baskets, breakfast and baking mixes, coffee. So this definitely are the categories you want to focus on as you seek to sell on Macys, either through drop shipping or direct brand sales. Okay, so let me give you a few overview of Macys by the numbers. So when you think about Macys, you're thinking about 600 million unique loyal customers. Think about that, 600 million. And this is the most shopped clothing websites. You have 60 million monthly visits, and you have 1.8 to 2 billion visits annually and 7,000 clicks per second during the peak holiday sales period. This is just fantastic. And this is bonanza for you as a seller, okay? And Macys mobile app is the fastest growing channel here. They've reached 1.5 billion in sales this past year. Wonderful. Okay, now you have to understand that there are some technical requirements for Macys merchandise vendors. So you can go to Macysnet.com to get more information, okay? So go through the picture on the screen right now, especially the section that says General Information, Manuals, and Forms. So you can read more about this section. So your goal is to sell on Macys Marketplace, right? You better take care of shipping. Shipping is very, very important. You need to know Macys dropship or direct ship requirements, okay? At a high level, the requirements to work with Macys are as follows. Product quality must meet Macys standards and requirements. Vendors must have efficient and dependable fulfillment operations, and you need to have a U.S. bank account. Because Macys needs to pay you, right? So please have a U.S. bank account on so that you can get payments from Macys either through ACH or wire transfers, okay? And you also need to think about GS1 certified UPC/EAN barcodes. Macys only accepts UPCs or EANs issued by GS1. It does not accept aftermarket or third-party purchase UPCs, okay? So if you want to have more info, you can go to gs1us.org. It's on the screen right now. And when we talk about UPC, we're talking about Universal Product Code. So this is, in case you're not familiar with the system, it is a barcode symbology that is widely used worldwide for tracking trade items in stores. So UPC consists of 12 numeric digits that are uniquely assigned to each trade item. And the EAN is basically the European article number aka EN13 or International Article Number. So these are things you need to be aware of. And you need to have a US warehouse. So Macy requires that items ship from a US warehouse or third-party US warehouse partner. Please remember that Macy's pays for all shipping to and from the customer. You need to have a certificate of liability. So while you don't need to provide your COI, Macy's asks that you have one on file, okay? Coverage must amount to no less than $1 million per occurrence for bodily injury and no less than $2 million in total. And here is a quick look at fulfillment expectations for the Macys.com Vendor Direct program. So you need to acknowledge an order within 24 hours of receiving the order. You need to ship out the order within 48 hours, 2 business days of receiving the reservation. And Macy's Vendor Direct Fulfillment Operation Team will set up a Macy's UPS shipping account for you specifically. Okay, you will print your shipping label for the customer. So this is important. And so one thing you need to understand is that Macy's has an integrated site experience that is focused on meeting their customers' needs, okay? And so they're thinking about, they're investing in SEO, SEM optimizations all the time. And they will adopt and maintain assortment with their suppliers based on the sort of modules they currently have. It's important that at the end of the day, ROI, return on investment, is measured by looking at revenue versus time you have invested. So Macy's wants to be sure that you are a productive retailer with them, okay? And as a Macy's supplier, you have access to over 550 to 600 million unique customers annually and over 1.5 billion visits annually to Macys.com. This is huge. Fantastic. Now let's talk about the application itself, right? So you're here to learn more about the application. How do you apply to become a vendor on Macys.com? So you have to go to, I want you to see on the screen right now, you go to Macys.net, Macysnet.com, okay? And you want to review Macy's Vendor Standards Manual for a more detailed look before applying. This is important. So in this manual, you should find requirements for UPC, packing slips, shipping labels, connection, product images, and much more. So once you do that, you want to submit for product approval. So one thing you need to understand is that before you get listed, you must submit your product for a listing review. So retailers are always looking for new and exciting products they can offer their customer base, and we understand that, and Macy's understand that. But below you will find actually, I will explain to you very quickly on the screen, I will show on the screen, that there are some approval guidelines for Macy's and Nordstrom. So the bottom line here is that to improve your chances of getting approval, you want to include a short description of the product's benefits. This is the first thing, and a Macy's buyer will read, or a Nordstrom buyer will read that and see if if it clicks with them. Okay, you want to include photographs or illustrations of the products. So not just the short description, but you want to show photographs. Okay, you want to mention relevant pricing and ordering information. So Macy's, they're constantly looking for a competitive priced item, a competitively priced item. You want to attach patents or other documentation highlighting the product's retail appeal, and if possible, include customer testimonials, because the bottom line is that Macy's wants to it wants to showcase products that are already competitive and are already popular, okay? And please don't forget to show what your product's packaging looks like. It's important because, again, Macy's is taking care of the shipping, so they want to be sure that you don't have some kind of crazy package that will cost them more money down the road. And you want to share your website and contact information, okay? Remember, the bottom line here is that you want to convince Macy's and Nordstrom about how they will benefit by carrying your products, okay? It also helps to show that you are passionate about your products. Furthermore, you should show that you are planning on building a lasting relationship with the company as well, right? It's all about relationship. So be sure to highlight ongoing marketing efforts you will make on the store's behalf to support your products. This is really, really important. The fourth element, you need to contact. So you need to contact Macy's anywhere, any way, shape, or form. You first need to try to connect with the buyer directly. So if you submit your product for approval, right, and you haven't heard from them, let's say for 1 month or 2 months, you want to contact a buyer directly. So connecting with a buyer is a lot easier said than done. You want to reach out to Macy's corporate office directly and ask to speak with the buyer over the category of your products. Okay. If you're not able to talk with the buyers on the phone, then ask for their names and email address. So you write an email to the buyer, including information on your brand and its capabilities. It's all about, again, making a pitch to the buyer. Okay. Be sure to also include a product catalog showing off your selection of goods. And you can also try using LinkedIn, for example, to find the buyers and reaching out to them through that platform. This is totally possible. This is totally acceptable also. Okay. And how do you captivate a Macy buyer's attention? Well, there are a few things you can do. You want to show you understand Macy's standards. Okay. So before you start the process of applying, figure out which standards are required by the big box store, Macy's in this case, you are looking to get into business with. For instance, Macy's mandates that your suppliers carry liability insurance, or that their financial institution be listed with Dun & Bradstreet. Okay. And Macy sometimes will want to see your products that you have thoroughly organized your products, that you have UPCs. I've said that. You may be required to do business electronically. So if you're dealing with food, then you will need to prove to Macy that all food safety requirements have been met. Same goes for any other safety requirements or labor laws that your products and workers may be subject to. So again, those are things you need to think about, and be prepared for a factory audit if necessary. Okay. And one thing you also need to understand is that you need to be clear whether you want to go local, national, or global. Global meaning online. Okay. So it's important, because Macy's actually they do both, or they do all of them. They will showcase your product in the store. They can do it nationally, or they could do it globally, online, of course. You want to show you understand Macy's buying procedures. Okay. And you want to demonstrate that you understand your clients, because the first thing you want to do before approaching Macy's is to understand your target clients. The individuals that are interested in your product should be in line with the typical Macy's shopper. Okay, so while Macy's offers a wide range of products and therefore has a wide range of customers, you should make sure that your products fit their business model. Very, very important. Let's talk about the pitch here, folks. So you need to do a pitch. Okay. So when it comes time to pitch your products to Macy's, you'll have to decide whether or not you are the best person to do the actual pitching. I know you probably are very proud of your business, of your products, whatever. You think you're the best. Maybe you're not. If you only have one pitch, or if you have a very strong skills as a salesperson, you may be the right person to represent your product or brand. However, it may be more beneficial for you to hire a representative or broker to pitch the buyer on your behalf. While brokers will take a commission, usually around 5 to 7%, they will also bring the benefit of experience, a track record, and potentially even a relationship and history with Macy's. Okay, and it may also be easier for a broker to handle curveballs, questions, and on-the-spot negotiations. So those are things you need to think about. And based on our research, it is totally worth it. Totally worth it. And what about the presentation itself? So once you actually get a presentation, be prepared for you or your representative to go in ready to speak their language, answer any questions, and show any and all relevant information. Be familiar with terminology such as discounts, credits, allowances, conditions of sale, and so on. Okay. Make sure that you also bring a sample product to the presentation, complete with store appropriate packaging, pricing, and a barcode. Bring a product brochure that includes all relevant information about the product. Okay. And if you have, let's say, if you have multiple products, you want to include a catalog as well. This is important. And if there are other retailers currently selling your products, bring a list of who they are and any sales information you have. Okay. So overall, the goal is not just to convince Macy's buyers that your product is great, which it should be, but that is as close as you can get. Okay. One thing you need to understand is that you want to actually make sure that you have an easy to read product information sheet, a price list that includes rates for wholesale, retail, discounts, and shipping, a list of other retailers who sell your product, your plans for marketing and the promotion of your product, proof you can handle a large sales volume and the manufacturing demands associated with it, your business history and a business card with your contact information, Okay, so this is important. So take however long you need to create high level versions of all of these materials, because doing so will help your picture start off the meeting on solid footing. And the thing is that with Macy's, you only have one chance or two chances, and you don't want to blow it up. You really want to nail the presentation. You want to make sure that you go there prepared. You or your representative goes there actually prepared and can answer any questions. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We are also having a conversation about how to sell on Macys Marketplace. And I want to talk to you now about onboarding, okay? And so once you have established a relationship with a buyer and have decided to move forward with selling your products on the Macys website, you will move on to the onboarding process. Okay, so this is an important, there are some requirements. So the quality of your products must meet Macys standards. Your fulfillment operations must be considered efficient and dependable. A U.S. bank account is required so that Macys can actually pay you. UPCs that are GS1 certified, a warehouse located in the United States, and certificate of liability fulfilling the minimum coverage requirements. I gave you before 1 million and 2 million. Okay, so it's really important to understand that with the increase in online shopping, many of the big department stores are closing up the doors at some of their retail locations and growing instead their online presence and selection. Okay, and Macys is definitely part of that wave. So they were one of the early adopters of the dropshipping model. So they used the practice to broaden their online assortments and sell items that would otherwise take up a large amount of space in stores and warehouses. Okay, so you want to think about dropshipping or direct shipping. It doesn't matter, and this is their vendor direct program is an effort to compete with the giant that is Amazon. So they created that program. So through that program, as a seller, you are basically able to fulfill orders and ship directly to customers. Okay, so this program is called the Vendor Direct, and it has allowed Macys to more than double its product selection. And so the Direct Vendor program is meant to appeal to online shoppers and draw customers to their stores. Okay, one thing I want to say here is that dropshipping overall, and we have covered the dropshipping topic on many shows, is an excellent practice that offers benefits for both parties. So Macys can offer a wider selection without having to purchase merchandise in bulk, and the vendor gains access to a large pool of established customers. So this is really good. So this is what I call a win-win situation. Okay, so if you want to nail your onboarding process, pay attention to the things that I told you earlier about. You need to have a bank account, that's for sure. Think about insurance. Think about make sure that your warehouses are located in the United States, or the partner warehouses that your dropshippers have. Those warehouses are located in the United States, because Macys is paying for the shipping and they don't want to start paying for overseas shipping. No, they must be located in the United States. And step number 7, let's talk about connection. So Macys and Nordstrom are two of the largest department retailers in the United States, okay? And if you want to be a supplier, you want to keep your relationship over a long time, you'll need to transact important business documents through a process known as EDI, okay? And EDI, for those who are not familiar with the process, is electronic data interchange. So department stores, retailers like Macys and Nordstrom, they have their own set of unique requirements for meeting EDI compliance. Let's say you need to understand that. You need to understand that you need to understand EDI compliance at Macys, and you need to understand that you can meet these requirements in order to improve your chances of being chosen to stock their shelves with your products, okay? And as a part of your relationship with Macys, your company will be required to send the following EDI business document types. So invoices, acknowledgements, shipping notices, purchase order acknowledgements, any other EDI documents required by Macys. Okay, and your company receives the following EDI business document types from Macys: purchase orders, functional acknowledgements, and any other EDI documents required by Macys. Okay, and you have to understand that a Macys order is processed directly or with let me just explain to you how things go and how things actually how the process journey fits into the EDI compliance process here. So let's talk about how a Macy's order is processed directly or with your dropshipping solutions provider. So a customer places an order on the Macy's website. Macy's obtains a credit authorization for the price of the order. Macy's transmits the order to your dropshipping solutions provider. The vendor receives the order through your dropshipping solutions provider or through an established connection that they have previously set up. The vendors will pick up and fulfill the order with the Macy's branded packaging slip and shipping label. The vendor will ship the order to the customer, okay? And what will happen here is that the order is closed in your dropshipping solutions provider by the vendor, who marks the order as shipped and provides a tracking number and invoices the order. Okay, so what will happen here at that point, your dropshipping solutions provider will send the change in order status and tracking number to Macy's, and Macy's provides the customer with an order update and the tracking number by email, and then obtains payment for the processed order. So overall, this is a very automated process, and I'm just explaining this to you because it has an impact on your EDI compliance. You can see that everything is done electronically. Everything is done through an electronic data interchange conduit. So you need to have strong EDI processes in place to fit into this ecosystem. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I was just talking to you about how to sell on Macys Marketplace, how to drop ship on Macys Marketplace, and I gave you an overview. I spoke about shipping. I spoke about the application process, how to contact Macy's, how to do the pitch, what the onboarding process looks like, and the connection. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll speak to you another time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.